for the industry that I serve here, which is the answering service industry, a niche of the call center. And I've run into a problem that I just can't figure out a way to work around. If I run a plan using application Lua, I cannot get UID broadcast to work. And I need that to be able to stream hold music or ring to a caller while I'm processing the rest of the dial plan. If I try to flip and do a Lua run to get my code outside of the context of the thread, then I can't get DTMF, and a session record file is hit or miss as to whether it's going to work. So I've also tried, I tried flipping to doing this in Python and controlling it from ESL. And I can't get session record file to work that way either. And basically it comes down to UID broadcast, getting DTMF from play and get digits, and session record file. And I can't find any combination where all three of those will work.
I know when
I really
I know. I kind of get where you're going here, and I can tell you one that would, but I don't know if that's where you want to go. What you want to use is outbound event socket. So we make basically the session will make an outbound connection to your event socket process, and that process has ultimate control over the session. You can tell it to do anything. Play a file, do this, do that. Whatever FreeSWITCH can do, this can tell it to do it. The problem that you're running into right now is when you get intertwined with Lua, it starts to get a little squirrely sometimes. How things are bound to the Lua processes, you kind of have to understand that your Lua is executing within the session thread, which means the thread that's processing your audio. The thread that's processing the audio and everything related to that session. So I think what you want to do is move outside of that and use outbound event socket. So you live completely outside of that. Outbound event socket is, I think, the key thing on Confluence you want to look for. And I think that will solve the bulk of your problems, because when you start getting in the middle of things, like it gets squirrely when Lua is running within the session thread. There's a lot of little gotchas there that most people don't think about or know about. But I think outside looking in would be the best thing, which is what I'm saying. Outbound event socket would be your best bet. That way you're not bound to anything. You have this really defined interface between FreeSWITCH and the things you want FreeSWITCH to do. And there's no ambiguity there. It is not ambiguous at all.
All right. Is there any way to get play and get digits and record file without invoking Lua? Because I was searching, I wasn't finding it.
There is. You can play. All the things you're saying here are doable from like this outbound event socket interface.
Oh, there's like API calls.
Yeah, it's like completely. Basically, you're taking and making puppet strings. Is the best way I can describe it. It allows you to do these puppety type things to FreeSWITCH from outside looking in. And you don't really have to know about anything about FreeSWITCH. You just have to know that interface, which is the outbound event socket.
I will dive into that for sure.
It's definitely where I would start if I were to do some things outside looking in on FreeSWITCH. Even being as close as I am to like what FreeSWITCH can do, when I approach a problem, like, okay, how is this going to be maintained? Is it me or is it somebody else? Outside looking in, like these are the things that I look at. And using an event socket, I think, will be what you need right now.
All right. That's what I'll pursue then. Thank you very much.
Perfect.